Hello and welcome to this week's video where I will be reviewing the BMW M5 Competition 2021. So let's dive right in. I'm going to start this video by explaining the main differences both front and rear of this M5 compared to the old one. You see, in 2021 BMW decided to facelift the M5, and normally facelifts aren't very different from the car they replace. However, that is not the case here, as the facelifted M5 looks quite a bit different to the previous one. For starters, the headlights are totally different, now being slimmer and more aggressive. The grille is bigger than before and now better suits the car's personality. At the rear of the car, the changes are less extensive, with newer 3D taillights being the biggest change. That's changes dealt with. Now let's analyze the design in more detail. Starting with the front, where the M5 is deservingly aggressive for a car of this class. The wide, gaping front bumper looks big enough to swallow Bigfoot, and the grille increases the car's presence, complemented by the bonnet, which is humongous and has strong creases running throughout. Also, the M5 has classic M door mirrors that just look great. At the side, the M5 is a classic 5 Series look, which means that it looks great with a visually pleasing design. However, the M5 has bigger wheels than the standard car, starting at 21 inches, which again make the car look aggressive. At the back, the M5 gets 3D taillights which look fantastic. Also, the M5 gets quad exhausts which are all real. And that leads me on to one of the best things about this car. Its exhaust note. Have a listen. Oh, what a sound. What a sound indeed. Anyway, moving on to the interior, where one of two new things is the bigger infotainment screen, which is now 12.3 inches compared to the 10.25 of the previous car. Otherwise, the interior has a good but rather boring look that can't match that of a Mercedes E63S, which you can see now, or the Audi RS6 Avant, which you can see now. But the BMW makes up for it with its higher quality. The other new thing I mentioned is this, the front seat or seats of the M5. Oh my god, they look like somewhere one could spend hours on end and still not get tired. Amazing. Another feature I should point out about the seats is that the M5 logo in the headrest actually lights up at night, which looks super cool. The back seats of the M5 Competition are a similar story to the normal car, in that they are nice and comfortable and roomy enough for adults to sit in on longer journeys and still not feel tired. The boot area of the car is also like the normal M5, which means it's nice and roomy as a saloon car's boot can be. And in this regard, the RS6 is far more practical because it's only available in an estate version, and also if you get an E63S estate, that also is more practical. And unfortunately, you can't get an M5 estate because BMW doesn't want to make one for some reason. However, if you don't fancy the Mercedes or the Audi and still want a fast 5 Series but also need an estate, don't worry, there's a solution. You can always get the Alpina B5 Touring, which costs £10,000 less than the M5 Competition. However, it's admittedly slower from 0 to 62 by 1.7 seconds, but it's more luxurious than the M5, and it also reaches a higher top speed of 202 miles per hour. And the best thing, it still has BMW manufacturer warranty, as Alpina is an in-house BMW tuner and builder. Anyway, back to the M5 and its biggest party trick, the 4.4 litre twin turbo V8, which has 616 horsepower and 715 newton meters of torque, enough to power it from 0 to 62 in just 3.3 seconds. That is insane. However, people have actually timed the M5 from 0 to 62 in 2.9 seconds, which is just crazy. Your 4-door family saloon with a decent boot and room for 5 goes from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 2.9 seconds. What has the world come to? Now it's time for the generalist verdict. Well, I quite like this car. In fact, I love it, and it's one of my dream cars. And well, it again is a 10 out of 10 actually. One of the biggest negatives of this car is the fact that there's no estate version available, and the only way around it is to get an Alpine or B5 or get one of the competitors. However, for what the car is as a fast saloon, is more than good enough. It's practical, it's fast, it's good looking, has great technology, great quality, and what more could one ask for? Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. See you next week. Goodbye.